Hello class 12, welcome to history lecture. We are continuing with our third chapter and our today's topic is Grant of Diwani. So we have already seen the Battle of Plassey and its consequences, and next we have also seen the Battle of Buxar. So what we have seen, what we need to remember in this regard is that the Battle of Buxar is of immense importance because it was more significant than the Battle of Plassey. In the Battle of Plassey, we see that the result of the battle was predetermined as it was a conspiracy war. So the result, who will win the battle, it was already known even before the battle was over. So Plassey was rather a skirmish than a war. But Battle of Buxar was more important because in this battle we see that the three combined forces of Bengal Nawab Mir Qasim, Shuja-ud-Dawla, the Nawab of Oudh, and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II were jointly defeated by the English army. So Battle of Buxar was more important. So now what we see as a result of Battle of Buxar, the British gained this grant of Diwani. So we know that the Battle of Buxar was fought in 1764, 22nd October 1764. After this battle, we see that when the British won in 1765, they got the grant of Diwani. Now what is Diwani? First we should know what is Diwani. Diwani basically means the revenue collecting rights. Revenue collection right. Okay, so Diwani basically means the revenue collection rights, and what we see is that in 1765, as now the British have defeated not only the Bengal Nawab but they have defeated the Nawab of Oudh, Shuja-ud-Dawla, and also the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. So in this regard, what they have done is that in 1765 they signed the Treaty of Allahabad. Treaty of Allahabad was signed with Nawab Shuja-ud-Dawla of Oudh, and in this treaty it was the main clause was that oath will be given to the British on a payment of 50 lakhs of rupees. So British will one time pay 50 lakhs of rupees, and the full revenue collection right of oath and the full control of oath was given to the British or the English East India Company. Now oath was is Awadh, present day Awadh. So what we see is that Nawab Shuja-ud-Dawla gave oath to British on a payment of just 50 lakhs of rupees. After this, we see that the British already got Allahabad. They now reached the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, and they took away Kara and Allahabad from from the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II on a payment of just 26 lakhs of rupees annually. It was said that Kara and Allahabad will be under the control of the British. Now they already got Awadh. Now they are claiming Awadh and Allahabad. So Kara and Allahabad. Kara and Allahabad was taken away from the Mughal Emperor by an annual payment of 26 lakhs of rupees. So now they can collect the revenue from Kara and Allahabad, and annually they would pay 26 lakhs of rupees to the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. So here we see it was a huge profit for the British. They can increase the revenue, they can collect any amount of revenue, but what they will give, that amount was fixed. So they can gain more profit, but they will have to give only 26 lakhs of rupees. After these, what we see, they also got the concession from the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. They also got the Diwani rights or the revenue collection rights of Bengal Subha. So they are completely getting out, they are completely getting Kara and Allahabad, and they are getting Diwani rights of Bengal Subha. Bengal Subha means Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. In those time, Bengal Subha, Bengal was together. The entire Subha was Bengal, was divided into three parts: Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. So with the grant of Diwani, when the British received, that means they received the revenue collection rights of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. So these three places used to fetch huge amount of revenue, and it was a great profit for the British or for the English East India Company to gain the revenue collection right of the Bengal Subha, that is Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. So when they got the revenue collection right of these places, it was a huge profit for them, and economically also they became fully independent. So this was a huge profit, and this was the grant of Diwani. Now we will see that what were the importance and what were the significance of the grant of Diwani. There we see that with getting the grant of Diwani, what happened is that the British legally got the revenue collection right in Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Like previously also we have seen in Plassey or in Buxar, we have seen that they were interfering in political and economic affairs of India. But what happened is, after the grant of Diwani, they legally got this right to control the political affairs and to control the economic affairs of India. So legal rights were given to the British to interfere in political matters and to control the economic matters of Bengal. Now previously also they were doing, but that was they were doing forcefully. There was no legal sanction for them, but now they have the legal rights with the grant of Diwani. That is one of the most important, or the result or the significance of the grant of Diwani, that the British got complete control over the politics and the economy of Bengal. Next we see they went on increasing the revenue for their own profit. They went on increasing the revenue or the tax from the people of Bengal, and that led to a drastic effect on the people of Bengal, because the people became poorer day by day, because the British were increasing the amount of revenue to be collected, because they wanted to gain huge profit from Bengal. So this phenomena, the phenomena of the Plassey plunder or looting of the wealth of Bengal, which had started from the time of the Battle of Plassey, this became deep rooted, and this drain of wealth, this phenomenon draining the wealth of Bengal and sending it to their own mother country England, this became a daily affair. And from now on, another importance of the grant of Diwani, another thing that happened is, from now on, after receiving the grant of Diwani from 1765, they were no longer dependent on England for sending money for their trade or for their army. They were completely independent, and the economy of Bengal was drained out, and they got the privilege of like maintaining their trade independently. They were not dependent on England also. So they are getting huge amount of money from Bengal, and independently they are carrying on their trade and maintaining their army. This was another importance or significance of the grant of Diwani. Apart from these, we see that another thing that happened is that the Nawab, as the Nawab, after the Battle of Buxar, Nawab had become completely powerless. So now the British are introducing another new policy, that is the system of diarchy or the dual government. So this system of diarchy or dual government we will do in our next class. For today's class we will keep till here what is Diwani and what are the importance of Diwani. There we see that with the revenue, with this grant of Diwani, the complete revenue collection right of Bengal, Bihar and Orissa went into the hand of the British East India Company, and they gained huge profit, and they became the like master in Bengal, and the complete political and economic control went in their hand. So this was the significance of the grant of Diwani. Thank you.